Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show from the Centennial High School boys basketball team. The Huskies are having another great season, and this guy is a big reason why. And he got some big news on Tuesday. It is Carter Bryant of the Huskies. And Carter, before we get to the season you guys are having, it's another good one. I want to say congratulations because you are a McDonald's All-American. Where were you when you heard the news, and what was your initial reaction?
I mean, I found out pretty practically the same time as everybody else. I would say probably about 30 minutes earlier. My mom had sent me a message about it, that she got an email and some of those sorts. I had just got out of class. So it was it was surreal. And it's kind of funny because it didn't really hit me at first because it's been something I've dreamed about since I've been 12, 13 years old. So now kind of having it happen for the first, I'm going to say like the first hour, hour and a half, it didn't feel real. I was like, okay. And then once it kind of started flowing across the internet and they posted it on the McDonald's website and all that stuff, like it kind of came to me that I was like I worked hard enough to be selected for this.
You know, Carter, when you look at the list of guys who were McDonald's All-Americans and the awesome things they went on to do at the college and NBA level, what do you think about that, just having your name alongside all these other greats that have played in this game?
I mean, I feel like it means I'm on the right path. It means I'm doing the right things in the gym. I'm doing the right things as an individual, as a teammate, and allowing myself to be presented in a way where people want me to represent their brand.
You know, when your former teammate and current Duke Blue Devil, Jared McCain, when he found out last year he was a McDonald's All-American, did that kind of motivate you, like, hey man, a guy from Centennial did it, like I could be the next guy up? Did it kind of motivate you maybe to work even harder and try to put, obviously you want to win, and when you win, good stats come along with it? I mean, did it kind of motivate you?
So unfortunately, actually, I just transferred over, so it was my first year. So I've kind of known Jared, and we've came across, like, we've been in the same gyms and things of those sorts. Obviously, both playing basketball, both down here in the IE. But yes, kind of seeing a guy from just the area that I'm from, it's like, okay, it's possible. Obviously, my uncle actually was McDonald's All-American, so I'm the second one in my bloodline to be a McDonald's All-American. But yeah, it also helped to see a guy like that that works hard. I know he works super hard, and yeah.
Carter, as we do this interview, you guys are getting ready for a game against Corona in Big 8 League play. That could be Josh Giles' 500th career victory as the head coach. As a player, what would it mean to be that, the team to give him number 500?
I mean, it would be awesome. I don't know about you, but I don't hear many coaches even reaching that 500 win mark, especially at the high school level. So, I mean, that's a testament to what he's done as a coach here for the Centennial Huskies, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be able to be in the position to get him his 500th win this year. So I wish we could have done it a lot earlier this season. That would have been a lot better. But, I mean, everything happens for a reason.
It's funny. He says he's old, but really he's not that old. When you look at other guys, that have gotten 500 career wins, they're much older. He's not an old guy. When you guys, let's say, go through a normal practice, how would you describe his coaching style? Is he a vocal guy? Does he like to go out there and demonstrate it and show he can still play? I mean, how would you describe Coach Giles' coaching style?
I wouldn't say he necessarily goes out and shows he can still play, but he'll go out and demonstrate some stuff. Not necessarily like get after it with us, but he'll go out if we're not doing something right defensively. He'll go out, down in a stance, talk about. He'll be like, if I'm this old and I can get down in a stance, y'all should be able to. He loves bringing that up, but obviously, like you said, he's not that old. If he can still get down and show us what we need to do, and obviously he's winning at a high level. So, yeah, he's also very vocal. He's a guy that wants you to do stuff right. I mean, he just demands the best out of you.
Carter, obviously last year's senior class at Centennial was unbelievable. They had some big-time players. That was a team for the ages. But you're part of this new group that has the Huskies, again, one of the top teams in the southern section, in the state, in the entire country. Joining Centennial, what kind of goals did you feel like you had for yourself and for this team this season?
I mean, I just wanted to win at a high level. Joining this team, it's a team they repeated for a reason. And they're known for kind of the way they play basketball in a gritty mind frame. They play hard. They're going to play fast. They're going to get up and down the floor, and they're just winners. So I just wanted to put myself in a winning environment um, before preparing myself for college next year. So being able to compete at a high level every night we're seeing teams that have multiple Division I players. Um, so just being in a mind frame where he wants the best out of you every day, and if you don't come with your best, you're going to lose.
Yeah, do you feel like just putting on that Centennial uniform, regardless of who you're playing, that other team is going to bring it? They're going to come after you because you're Centennial.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we've seen that a few times. We had a few games where we got down early. We had a few games where teams have tried to bring it to us, and we responded in the right fashion and been up early. So it's kind of a thing where it's a blessing, but it's also a curse at the same time because everybody knows who you are, so you're gonna get everybody's best shot. I mean, myself and Eric Freeney being the individuals we are and the players we are, we have a huge target on our back. I mean, we're going to Pac-12 schools for a reason. So having that target on our back and having the added target of the past before I even got here, I mean, it doesn't necessarily help, but I love it. I love being the bad guy.
Carter, as good as you guys have been this year, do you feel like the best is still to come for the Centennial team? And what are some areas you feel like you guys can improve upon?
For sure. I feel like the best is still to come. I mean, we have such a young team that we're going to take our bumps and hits in the regular season. So in the postseason, I feel like we're going to blossom. We have, I mean, we have our core guys, which are we have our three seniors, we have a junior, and then the rest of the team is sophomores. And since you have such a young team, obviously they don't have as much experience. When you have a team that with three-peated, obviously other guys aren't going to get as much minutes in. But the younger guys they had the opportunity to be around the guys that three-peated, so they kind of got to see the work ethic. They got to see how they walked into practice every day, how they attacked practice every day. And obviously with a coach like Giles, nothing changes from a team that three-peats to now from the way he approaches it, because he expects us and he demands the best out of us like he did with the other teams. So I definitely feel like in the postseason, we're going to have a run that nobody's really expecting. But I will say, I feel like such a young team, like I said, you can't expect us to be ready so early. But I feel like down the stretch, we've seen the film, we've seen how teams have played us. I feel like we've seen every defense possible. I feel like we've seen, we defended any scheme possible on the defensive end. So I feel like we're going to be ready as the postseason comes along.
You know, I feel like the expectation now at Centennial, it's always the same. The bar is super high. You know, whether you had a great senior class that graduated and there's a lot of turnover or not, like the expectation remains the same. Did you feel that like walking into the program, like, you know, yeah, they lost some great seniors, but man, the expectation is still the same. Open division, you know, champions, state title, you know, national ranking, all those things. Like it doesn't matter. Like that's the expectation now at Centennial.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely felt that from the first day. I mean, nobody even knew outside of the students at Centennial that I was on campus last year, because I transferred actually before this school year. So I transferred at the end of last school year with about like a few weeks left in the school year. And nobody even knew I was on campus yet. Nobody knew I was transferring because we announced it like a week after I transferred. So I'm on campus, and I've been on campus maybe for 30 minutes. And all of a sudden, my mom sends me a TikTok or something, and it was like, oh, Carter Bryant has transferred to Corona Centennial, and do you think this puts Corona Centennial the position to repeat their go for 4 in a row? I'm like, I'm barely on campus. Like I had walked out the office just to get my classes. So I feel like, yeah, it's such a prestigious program nationwide, especially for being a public school. So just the expectation of everybody around it, whether it's little kids, whether it's adults, whether it's our elders that we've seen, that watched us grow up, they have such a high expectation and respect because of what the program has done in the past.
Yeah, when I first got to the IE, it was like 2011, 2012, and Centennial was just beginning to ramp up and become a basketball school, because we all know it's a football school, but now it's a legit basketball school as well. And Carter, you're a big reason why. I really appreciate the time. Congratulations on the McDonald's All-American nod, and here's hoping you guys can get Giles number 500 on Wednesday night against Corona.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We're gonna get it done.
That's Carter Bryant here on the Inland Sports Show. Inland Sports.